Hey guys, it's me Carter here, or Care Bear, back with another video. Today on my channel, I thought I would do another Am I the Asshole? And this one is just as interesting as the last one. I have 5 for this video. Grab some popcorn, grab your tea, and let's jump into it. The first Am I the Asshole in this video. Am I the asshole for contacting my baby daddy's other baby mama about allowing our kids to meet? I guess we'll see. So some background, I 35F and my baby daddy 36 male were high school sweetheart, but it was a very toxic relationship. We both cheated on each other a lot and broke up every other week. At the time, we had been off and on for 6 years. After high school, I didn't know what to do with my life, so I decided to join the army. When I left for basic training, we agreed to have an open relationship and get back together when I was done. Well, I came back and surprised he had a new girlfriend. Well, classic love triangle, he played us both, and in retrospect, yeah, I know how dumb this sounds. This doesn't sound like that dumb, but it sounds like you only wanted an open relationship while you were doing basic training. Did you discuss that at the time? I don't know. Well, she ended up getting pregnant and I stayed. Then maybe a year later, I got pregnant. When she found out I was pregnant, she was upset, obviously, and she wouldn't allow him to see his son. So now there hasn't been contact in 12 years. She's married and I heard she moved out of state. So me and baby daddy are no longer together, but he does have a strong relationship with our son. I am in a new relationship, but we haven't had any children, and baby daddy doesn't have any more children that I know of, so our son is pretty much an only child. He will be a teenager soon, so I thought it would be nice if him and his half-brother could connect. I sent her a message on social media. I told her this was only about the boys, I wouldn't get their father involved, but totally understand. She said no. Well, she blocked me, and now I feel bad if I brought back old trauma. That wasn't my intention. I honestly just want my son to experience having a sibling. I haven't been having luck in the baby making department, but her blocking me without saying no really makes it seem like I crossed a line. Am I the asshole? I don't think anybody's the asshole in this situation. I understand why you contacted her. You're the asshole. The other baby's mama's son is not an emotional pet for your son. I don't think that's exactly what they were trying to do. But yeah, I don't think you would have been the asshole. I don't think she was the one who cheated with him. I don't know if baby daddy didn't disclose the fact that he had a girlfriend when he did the deed with the other girl. Not the asshole. You were trying to open a door for your son to have a relationship with his half sibling. This whole thing is messy, but there's no harm in asking. You got your answer, and that's all there is to it. I don't think you did anything wrong. Am I the asshole for suggesting to my girlfriend that my job is more demanding than hers? My 28 male girlfriend, 25F, of 5 months, is an actress and has done a lot of voiceover work. She was recently hired to record an audiobook and has done loads of those in the past. I am far removed from this world. I work construction. So this weekend she came over and wanted to go out. I was feeling very, very tired after a rough week, but she kept insisting we went for a walk in the park or something, so I eventually said something like I was drained and that I don't get to sit around and read books all day or something along those lines. She got super upset as if I was diminishing her job. I didn't apologize because I think it's easy to see what I meant here. I know, I have BPD, so I'm okay, I'm probably biased here, but even without BPD, I feel like it's not, and she took it the wrong way. Therefore, you should explain to her what you meant by this. What I meant here, that my line of work just takes a toll on my physical disproportion more than her. But now I wonder if I could have been the asshole in this situation. I'm sorry, but dude, I think you were in the asshole because you sound like you came off wrong and you are like, I didn't apologize because I think it's easy to see what I meant here. You meant to say that your work is more physical draining, but there's more other ways to, be drained mentally, spiritually. You are the asshole if what you meant was that your job is incredibly physically demanding and you need some time to rest. That's what you should have said, 100%. Instead, you belittled her job and made her feel like a pest for wanting to spend time with you. Work on that communication, babe, because this is exactly how you use a partner. Honestly, you should not belittle somebody's job like that. And like I said, I know you weren't trying to, but you're now refusing to apologize, and you're invalidating her feelings.
Am I the asshole for changing my family's last name secretly while not informing anyone? I, 38F, got married 3 years ago to my husband, 41 male. I changed my last name to his immediately following. I personally relate because I am not even married yet, but I've taken my fiance's last name and on social media and stuff. My relationship with my in-laws was never super, but it was civil until about 2020 when our differences became obvious and were hard to reconcile. They have never welcomed me into their family and never put forth any effort to be part of our lives. At first, my husband just said things like, they are like this with new people. This is how they are. Over time, though, they have not only managed to alienate me, but my husband as well. They've implied I was a gold digger and have called me quite a few unpleasant names. My husband had enough with them during our first year of marriage, and when he tried no contact with them, they tried guilt, manipulation, passive-aggressive to get him to resume his previous role in the family, being the one to do all the work in the relationship. When that didn't work, they basically cut us out. They never called much before, but now they never call and then act like it's our fault. They don't, and play the victim constantly. I have BPD, and my new last name just didn't feel like me, especially considering his family. I personally can relate to that with the identity thing. Like, I've gone by so many different names and last names, so it's been talked about a lot. My husband had suggested we both change our last names. I thought it was an interesting idea. I didn't want my maiden name back because it's hard to spell and pronounce and not at all common in our country. I liked his last name because it was such a common last name. We talked about it for about a year and settled my grandmother's deceased maiden name. It's commonish, easy to say and spell, and we feel it honors my family, who we have to thank for our lovely life together. Aww, so cute. At first I was like, what, did you change your kid's last name and your last name without telling her husband? That's what I first thought. It was surprisingly easy. We had set up a court date, filled out the papers, and had a hearing within a few weeks. Then we changed it on social media. His family found out and is pissed. Some of my family found it and are pissed. They said we had no reason, right, what have you. I told all of them it was a decision between me and my husband, and it was not up for debate. On his side, they cut us off and never even talked to us. On his family, they cut us off and never even talked to us. On my side, no one owns the name, and it left with my grandmother when she died. One of my aunts tried to say I needed their permission. In my opinion, the only permission I would have needed would be my grandmother or my father, both who have passed. My mother thought it was a great idea, and so did my siblings. We are getting bombarded. We are basically grey-walling, but it's not like it was a rushed decision. We are both very happy with the change, but the amount of backlash I've been getting has me wondering if we effed up by not announcing or telling people in advance. I don't think you effed up. No, and you're not the asshole. It is nobody's business. And your family should support you. I'm so happy that your husband supported you. You didn't need your aunt's permission. I don't know, man. Not the asshole. Your name is no one's business, and you don't need anyone's permission to change it. Just ignore the complaints and they'll get over it. No, you're not the asshole. Am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because I was a dare date? Never thought I'd have to use this old account, but I'm really stuck and need some advice before I potentially nuke what has been so far a good 8-month relationship. So for a quick background, my girlfriend 24F and I 27 male have been dating for around 8 months now. I first met her at a funeral of all places. That's where we pick up dates. I mean, I'm not judging. While somebody's carrying down the casket, you'd be like, you're cute, here's my number. I'm kidding. I wasn't close to the deceased. They were a friend's uncle. I was just along to keep him company. Aw, that's nice. It was so blunt, and I just sort of laughed, and we got to chatting all afternoon, ending up with her number in my phone by the end of it. She was funny, witty, and a generally fun girl to be around. So of course, I took a chance and asked her out, which she accepted rather eagerly. My ego was through the roof at that, little did I know. I am so sorry. I came home a little earlier from work last night. I was covering a shift, and the bloke I was covering came in anyway, so they didn't need me for 8 hours. Anyway, I came home earlier than planned and overheard my girlfriend laughing with someone on her phone. I was about to surprise her with a little jump scare when she said, and I quote, "I never meant for this whole thing with boyfriend to last so long. I never normally date someone like him." She spotted me shortly after saying that. I made a noise I can't even begin to explain, and she heard me. I'd never seen someone go that pale before. She was all wide, teary-eyed, and quivering lips. Girlfriend then spent the next hour or so confessing that she never planned to date me, but once her friends found out she'd given me her number, they found a pic of me online and apparently found me so hilariously unattractive that girlfriend just had to fake date me for a week to give me hope. This is some Mean Girls type shit. This is farther than, you can't sit with us if you're not wearing pink on Wednesdays. I wish I was joking. Her friends and apparently girlfriend are all still stuck in their mean girl high school phase. Girlfriend agreed, but I guess apparently forgot about it because we've been dating for 8 months, not 1 week. She told me that she was stupid for agreeing to it and that I was a really good bloke and that she really did love me, but she never expected to actually feel that way about me. Why? Because I'm not her usual type of guy. When I asked her to elaborate, she mumbled that she didn't initially find me attractive
at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks. I admit I sort of lost my temper here and called her an immature waste of my time. I told her I wish she'd just dumped me a week into dating, because to find all this shit out 8 months in when I cared about her, loved her, was a fucking foul. So I'm staying with my mom at the moment because I need space to think and vent. Would I be the asshole if I dumped girlfriend for this? Edit. Wow, okay, did not expect this much feedback. So I turned my phone back on and it's a mess of texts, voicemails, missed calls. I've only listened to a couple, but she's absolutely sobbing her heart out, pleading for me to come home so she can explain. Nothing from her friends, mind you, just her. Says it all, really. No idea what to do, but now I feel rubbish. Is she still friends with those mean girls? Given that she was chatting to one of them yesterday, yeah, I think so. Sounds like the conversation was about teasing her for still being with you. You're completely justified in feeling that way.
Honestly.
If OP ends up staying, I think there needs to be a talk about the friends she surrounds herself with.
Like, of course you have a right to be offended. I'm not saying that. I definitely think that before you cut off the relationship, a conversation has to be had.
But yeah, you're not the asshole. You would not be the asshole.
Am I the asshole for leaving a family gathering and taking the cake with me after getting my feelings hurt? I, 27F, hit 1 year sober from alcohol at the beginning of the year. This was a huge accomplishment for me. It was bigger to me than finishing college. I told my family that next time we were together for a family dinner, I had something to celebrate. This all happened at my mom's. The kids were playing and the adults were hanging out. I took a moment to share that I had reached 1 year sober and how good I felt about it. They went with, "Oh, that's what you were talking about, and has it been a year already?" I'm embarrassed to admit I hoped someone would say they were proud of me. That's not embarrassing, and somebody should have said they were proud of you, because I am proud of you. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength, and I'm really proud of you. My brother-in-law Steve looked at my sister, and they both said well at the same time, and she said, "Since we're all here, niece just got into a specific gymnastics thing. It's been a long road, but she did it." Steve popped some wine they'd brought and started giving everyone glasses/cups. He made eye contact with me and his face fell. "What the heck? Right after you said you were sober?" I had this galling feeling, so got up from the table. I don't know if that's how you say that word. Guaning? Okay. I took a walk. I tried to get through the moment mentally so I could be present for my niece to celebrate her success, but when I got back to the house, my sister asked me why I left without saying anything, and I said I needed a minute to myself. She looked at me funny and said, "Okay. It's okay to take a minute to yourself, no matter what anybody says." I said I'd share something I was proud of. My mom put her hand up and asked me what my news was. I said I told them I hit 1 year sober. My mom said my generation always wanted praise for doing the bare minimum. That wasn't an accomplishment. What the heck? Okay, I hate older generations that feel this way. Like, this sounds like somebody in my family. And it's okay. First off, getting sober is not the bare minimum. That is an accomplishment, and it's not that easy. And two, it's okay to praise for things that are the bare minimum. And I'm so grateful that my husband looks at me and says, "I'm proud of you," when he knows that it's hard for me to get out of bed some days. He says he's proud of me for going out and doing my own thing, because that's hard for me some days because of my anxiety. And it just makes me feel good, and I really appreciate it. Like, it was something that what I needed to do, like graduating high school. I tried to make it through to dinner, but found myself just not in the mood anymore. I decided to go home. I'd brought a small berry cake, my favorite, to share after dinner. It was the thing I decided I earned. The kids had definitely seen it. On my way out, I decided to take it home with me. I guess when they realized the cake wasn't in the fridge anymore, my sister called to ask me why I'd take it. I said I did because it was my cake to celebrate my accomplishment. She said word for word, "Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, Emma, grow up. You're such a baby." My mom texted me directly to tell me how disappointed she was that I threw a temper tantrum because my niece got more attention than me. Don't think her read of what happened is right, but that is why I'm asking you guys. Am I the asshole because I took home the cake in the end? Was that really childish of me, considering the kids saw it and didn't get any? As I was putting on my shoes to leave, Steve found me and directly apologized. Good for Steve. Honestly, OP, congratulations on your progress, and I am so sorry that your family reacted that way and stuff, and I'm also, like, super glad you took the cake, because I would have taken the cake. I would have been like, "This is my cake," and yeah, I probably, knowing me, I would have cut a couple pieces for the kids before I left, and then given it to the kids, and then left with the cake, and been like, "See you later, adults," but that might be petty. But yeah, honestly, don't feel bad for taking the cake. I hope you enjoyed your cake. They had wine, which naturally excluded you right after you told them your good news. I am glad you took the cake. I think I'm confused as to why they're celebrating a child's accomplishment with wine while the kids are outside. Honestly, the kids weren't even inside. Seems like mom and dad cared more about getting a pat on the back and a drink with the adults rather than letting their daughter share her own news with the family, celebrating it in an age-appropriate way. Proud of you, OP. Honestly.
Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys give this video a giant thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, become a member of #Fighting Care Bears. We are a safe space that loves and supports everybody, no matter who you are, no matter what your gender identity is, no matter what your sexuality is, no matter what your race is. We love and support everybody. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay strong. You matter. Be yourself. Bye, my loves.